Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video, and I realise this is a face that you've not been seeing that often as of late, and for some of you that may be an absolute joy to behold, but I know some of you guys actually do wonder what's going on, why has he not been putting up as much content, and do you know what, I thought I would actually take the time to address that, okay? I actually thought when I mentioned in one of my previous videos why I hadn't been doing as many videos, it was because I had been like busy at home and stuff, but on reflection, thinking about it, that's only really part of the issue, right? And there's kind of more to it than that, and I'm sort of hoping that if I just talk about this just now and get it out there, get it off my chest, maybe I'll go back to normal, because I want to continue to put out videos, because if people in my server, my battle zone, my region, my guild, they can pretty much confirm this, I've not stopped playing the game in any way. I still push events, I still go for new units, I still develop new units as high as I possibly can. I mean, just right in here if we go and look, even though he's not a good unit, which I stand by, if anyone wants to debate me on that, I'm fine to have that debate with you. He is what I said originally, he's kind of mid, he's good for multi-team bosses, but I would not summon him unless you are someone who has got the materials to waste, or the tickets to waste. Anyway, on reflection, I kind of realised that I think the main reason why I've not been putting out as many videos is because ever since I left the Discord, the main Discord, I feel like I've disengaged a little bit with the community, and subconsciously I don't feel like I'm part of the community anymore, which is a weird thing to say, because obviously I've got my own community, which I'll hold my hands up, I don't use that often, like my own Discord, mainly because it was a Disgaea RPG Discord. It never really grew as a Street Fighter Duel Discord, nobody really ever wanted to discuss Street Fighter Duel, so I spent most of my time on the main Discord. So a lot of you are probably wondering, why did I leave the main Discord? And you know what, I'm just going to tell you, okay? Now, I'm not here to start drama, so I'm not going to name names, okay? And I would encourage you not to speculate who you think I might be talking about, because there's a very strong chance you might be wrong, and that would maybe lead people to believe things about certain individuals that isn't actually who I'm talking about. So I'm going to keep this as generalised as possible, just to more explain the reasons why I left that Discord, okay? Long story short, a lot of it boils down to Viper and the whole situation with Viper. Now, not exclusively that, but that seems to be the catalyst for quite a lot of it. So, peeling back the curtain a little bit here, right before Viper launched, we used to have a different community manager, right? Now, some people will remember that community manager, wasn't there very long, came after Dino, no longer there. But anyway, that community manager had reached out to me and several other people, I believe it was mods and other creators and stuff, to say that after a hell of a long time they were actually looking at finally supporting people who had basically done a lot for the Street Fighter Duel community, whether that be moderating on their Discords or making content to help players or that type of stuff, and it was going to be some sort of a player support, right? It even got to the point where there was like NDAs and stuff that had been put out. Just to be clear, I did sign an NDA, and then later on I demanded that NDA was scrapped, but it turns out it was never actually filed, so I'm not under any form of NDA. But anyway, so that was going to happen. There was going to be like some sort of a support program in place, okay? Then Viper came, and after Viper came out, as you guys know, I want to say disappointed, right? That's the word I'll use. And as I have always done, I decided to speak up for the community, and I did what I've always found to be the most effective thing, which is I bluntly stated that if they didn't address it, they were essentially scamming people, and I quote unquote went after Topjoy, okay? And I admit that, I did that. I've really got no shame in doing that. I was quite happy to do that because I felt they deserved it. And strangely, not long after that, I was told that they were there was a lot of changes going on because they had just like got rid of that community manager for whatever reason, brought in new staff, and they were no longer going to be doing the support thing. Now, naively, I didn't even think about it at the time, and I just thought, oh well, they offered something because of one community manager, they're not there anymore, the new community manager doesn't want to do it, kind of thing. So anyway, I started to notice a lot of shade getting flung my way from certain corners. Again, I'm not going to be specific here, okay? Just lots of little atty comments, twisting things that I'd said, making it out that I was in essence trying to hurt the game, trying to damage the game, trying to spread misinformation about the game. And again, I brushed it off. I suspected what it might have been. I didn't really put too much stock into it. And the reason I didn't put too much stock into it is because one very specific person was like actively engaged in conversations with me about what was going on, about how Viper was awful, what they'd done was bad. They knew fine well I was blowing up the situation, and it was rah rah, well done kind of thing. But then all of a sudden, like that, it went from something that I used to talk to this person quite a lot to they just started ghosting me, and I thought, well, that's a bit strange. I didn't really think anything of it, because you want to ghost me, that's up to you, that's fine. So I went on, and these little catty comments kept happening. A lot of really weird comments would start to happen on my videos, and I always noticed the comments would be worded in very specific ways, right? Just very, they would latch on to like the littlest thing that I would say, and they would try and blow it up into this big situation. So anyway, no point in going over that too much. It came back to me that what basically had happened, and I didn't know this, right? That because I went after Topjoy, that's the reason why they pulled this whole scheme, okay? So essentially, me speaking up for the community, me standing up for the community, cost everyone who was going to get support, okay? And people were pissed at me for that, okay? No one spoke to me about it, but behind the scenes, people were pissed at me about that. And there was a little secret group, a cabal, shall we say, that had formed to shit talk me. Like, i.e., I put up a video, suddenly DMs, boom, boom, boom. You seen what Hayzink said? Oh my god, look at this. Oh, look at that. Oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Oh my god, this guy doesn't realise he's harming the game. Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. So anyway, this little group would form. They would come, they would make their little comments, and it would just be bullshit. Ultimately, it would just be bullshit. And I didn't really know what was going on at this point, apart from sensing there was something a bit off with certain people who were at one point engaging with me in quite a cordial manner, just to then turn round and shit talk me, and I'd be like, oh, this is weird, like, why are you doing that? But anyway, so it finally got back to me that they were pissed, basically. This little group was pissed because I had cost everyone creator support, and the person who informed me of a lot of things, who I will not name, essentially almost in a really weird way, I guess, either wanted me to like just know about it or reach out to them to try and make amends. And I'm thinking, what the fuck do I need to make amends for? I've got nothing to apologise for, and I'll stand by that. I've got nothing to apologise for. And it's like, well, kind of because you saying what you said, you cost a lot of people a lot of different things, blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, no, because even if I had known that me going after Topjoy would cost everyone this, I would still have done it, because it needed to be done. The players had to have a voice. Someone had to stand up for the players, and I would not put my own self-interest, getting free stuff, above my morals, my principles, and standing up for people getting screwed. So honestly, if someone had said to me before doing it, Hayzink, if you make this video, you are going to cost people getting whatever it was, whether it was free units, whether it was free currency, whatever. If you make this video, that's not going to happen. I would have still made the video, okay? Because I can't be bought. Simply put, I cannot be bought in that way. when I used to make the Sky RPG content, I got a lot. As a content creator, I got a lot. I was the #1 content creator. I basically had the most eyes, and I don't think anyone begrudged me. I never spoke about anything, because I wasn't really the type of person that would want to rub the fact that I got some free units and stuff into other players' faces, because I didn't see that as fair. But at the same time, anyone who played the Sky RPG will tell you, I never once pushed to get #1 in anything. And I could have. I had like every single unit in the game. I had every unit in the game at maximum level. I had the best weapon rolls you could possibly get. I could have pushed to get first place in a lot of things, but because I got certain advantages as a content creator, I myself said, I'm not going to push. I don't want to be first place. There was one, he no longer watches my content. I don't think he uses the internet anymore, but there was one viewer who, his name was Foodreef. I spoke to him quite extensively. He knew exactly what was going on, and I told him flat out, I'm never going to push to be first place. And he's like, well, you know you can. And I went, yeah, but I don't think it's fair. I've got an unfair advantage. I don't think it's fair that I should push on to do that. So I wouldn't do that, and that's just my morals, right? But with the Sky RPG, despite getting those things, if they ever done anything wrong, I dragged them over the coals for it, right? I absolutely dragged them over the coals for it. And there was never any repercussions for that. They understood that, okay, someone's got to speak up. So if there was some kind of contract that stated, if we give you XYZ, you cannot speak ill about the game, you cannot criticise, you cannot do this, I'd be like, I'm not signing that. I wouldn't do it, right? So again, if I had even considered the fact that we would maybe possibly lose support because I had the audacity to call out shitty business practices, I would never have signed something like that, and I would have done it anyway. Right? I would have. Because, again, I don't really think it's fair to go, I'm not going to stand up for the community, because I might not get free shit. So anyway, that was all happening, and essentially it was kind of said to me that, oh, I think maybe if you reach out, and maybe if you try to make amends, there's certain things that this group don't like you talking about. They think you should run past your ideas or your concepts or your thoughts with them, because sometimes you might paint things in a negative light. And I'm like, who the fuck are these people? Like, really, who the fuck do they think they are? Why would I run anything past them? I don't think I'm anything special, so why the fuck should they think they're anything special? Right? I don't care what powers they have in the community. I don't care if they're content creators, if they're on Twitch, if they're on YouTube, if they're on fucking TikTok or Facebook gaming. I don't care. I don't know who half these people are, so why would I make any sort of a amends with them? I've got nothing to make amends with them about. So anyway, then I made the video talking about how if they don't tell us about new units, I was worried about the state of the game. Now, anyone who actually has a brain in their head that's bigger than the size of a peanut will realise that what I quite clearly stated in that video is, if the next sequence of units we get is the 6 unreleased units from China, and we do not hear anything about any new units, then I'm worried about the state of the game, okay? I said the best thing that they could do to make me more confident in the game and other players is start releasing brand new units, okay? That's what they did. Now, I'm not saying I prompted that, but there was 2 scenarios. Scenario A, don't do these things, I'm worried. Scenario B, do these things, and I'm not worried. They did scenario B. So I never said the game was going to shut down, right? But this group had a big hand in like twisting the narrative to make it seem like I was telling everyone, end of service is coming, end of service is coming, that's what's going to happen. When I never actually said that. If you go back and watch, I never said that, okay? So ultimately what happened was I got sick and tired of all the bullshit. I got sick and tired of getting DMs telling me, oh, this person said this person's done that, here's this, look at this, catch that, watch this for a DM. And I just said, you know what? I was talking to one of my other friends who's not a member of the community, but he is one of my mods on Discord, and he's quite a close friend of mine. Not in real life, I've never met him in real life, but like through the internet and stuff. And I said to him, I don't know what to do about this. I don't really want to waste my time confronting the people because I've not done anything. So why should I have to reach out to someone for their perceived slight that I've done? like, it's their issue, it's not my issue, so why should I make the effort to make this person feel better about their issue? And he said, well, maybe I would do it. And I went, well, no, I'm not that type of person. I says, you know me too well, I'm not going to do that. And he's like, no, you're right. He's like, well, is there any like benefit to you being on the Street Fighter Duel community, like your videos and stuff? And I says, I don't really care about that because I don't get a lot of actual views from posting my video. I says, but there is quite a lot of people within the Discord that I do enjoy talking to, that I do enjoy engaging with, and it is a fairly interesting place for me to be a part of. I says, but I don't like the whole snake pit aspect of knowing that there's certain people who are just there constantly looking for me to slip up or say something or do something that doesn't align perfectly with what they're thinking. So I'm just going to quit. And he's like, fine, are you going to quit making content? I says, no, I'm not going to stop making content, I'm just going to continue making content. So anyway, I quit the Discord, and if you actually track it, and this is what I did myself, if you kind of go back and look at my video output pre-leaving the Discord to post-leaving the Discord, there's an absolute catastrophic slide. Like, there's a massive slide of just me not doing as many videos, and it was at that point I became very acutely aware that that probably had a lot to do with it. It probably had a lot to do with the reason that I started putting less videos out, stopped trying to do more obscure ideas for videos, and really I just started doing more, here's a new event, here's a new unit, here's a new puzzle, here's some summons. Very generic, very, very boring stuff. And honestly, I think it's because, coupled with being a bit busier with life and stuff, just not being as engaged with the community, in all honesty. And I find it very difficult to see a way back now, because nothing's changed in the regards of everything I've just said. So I would not rejoin that Discord. Hands down, I would not rejoin that Discord, okay? I'm probably already going to have fallout from this video, despite the fact that I'm specifically not naming names and not saying who I'm talking about. But there's just some people who've got a very jumped up opinion of themselves, and again, I've never ever tried to, I mean, I don't know if you can try to be arrogant, I don't even know if that's a thing, right? But I don't think I've ever like framed myself that way. I've never been someone who thinks I'm anything other than a normal player who presses record on OBS and talks. There's nothing different about me, apart from maybe like my VIP level, but we'll not talk about that, and any other player. So I've never had this jumped up opinion of myself where I think that I'm superior. You know, I know how this works and you don't. No bother, mate, right? I've never had that sort of a point of view, so I don't really know like how you draw in this negative attention. Okay, I do realise I've got a bit of a mouth, and making videos like this, maybe this will be seen as drama. It's not supposed to be drama. In my head, I feel like I would need to be like naming the people and stuff like that for it to be drama. Maybe it's drama adjacent, I don't know. Someone can tell me. But anyway, because of all that, I don't ever feel like I can go back there. And I'll be honest, I'm not active enough on my own Discord now. I mean, my own Discord's still there. I mean, I could be active, but it doesn't really have an active Street Fighter Duel community to be active in, you know? So it's like, so I don't know if that's going to change, right? But I'm hoping just by like unburdening this aspect of it, I've maybe at least opened up to why I've not been making videos, and maybe in a really weird way, and this will probably sound terrible, but I think ultimately their goal was to try to stop me making videos. From everything I could ascertain, from everything I could glean from the situation, their end game ultimately really was probably to drive me off the platform, to try and make me stop making videos, to try and make me upload videos less and all the rest of it. And in my head I thought, I'm going to leave this Discord because I don't want to do that. But then ultimately that's what I did. So if putting this video out gives me the wake-up call to realise, do you know what, you're just giving these, we'll call them haters, right? Losers, wankers, dickheads, whatever. But we're giving these people what they want, and that's not the type of person that I am. I mean, yeah, I like to try and like make people happy if I can, but ultimately I do what I want to do. You know, I don't do what I want to do because I want it to suit someone else. I do what I want to do because I want to do it, and if someone else likes it along the way, then awesome. That's ultimately what I want to gain from my channel. And I know I've said that in the past, with like uploading other videos and doing other things, and I've not done that because honestly, the one thing that I do talk about is true, is I do have a lot of mental health issues, which I've kind of covered in a video before, so I don't really feel the need to deep dive on that again. But one thing that affects a lot is my follow through, and I don't mean like downstairs, I mean like my follow through on actions, like having an idea, motivating myself to actually do that thing. I mean, my brain is brimming with ideas, but actually executing those ideas, I'd rather just sit in my bed and do nothing, you know, which obviously anyone who's got half a brain knows one of the causes of that is, generally speaking, depression. But again, it's not what this is about. So apart from that big massive waffle I done at the end there, I just wanted to like be upfront and straight with you guys, because you guys helped me grow my channel from, I don't know how many subs, 7 or 8k or something, up to, I don't know, is it 16? I don't even know what my sub count is, right, but it's like 16 and a half or something. So I mean, just through playing Street Fighter Duel, I've gained almost 10k subs, and I do realise that I don't get 10k views a video. This video, because it will probably have the shittiest title in the world, won't get that many views, so I'm only speaking to a very small portion of the player base. But you guys kind of have stood by me and my content through the highs and through the lows of this game. Some of you maybe are still hanging on from Disgaea, really hoping that the day comes that I stop playing this and I play something else. But I just felt that I kind of owed an explanation, because most people who have this pattern of not uploading for a specific game like Street Fighter, you would have seen them uploading other things, different gachas, trying to find a new foothold. You've seen it from other creators, right? Whereas I've not done that. I've literally not uploaded anything in between. It's mainly because this is the only thing I want to upload, but I just feel like I've allowed this other thing to get in the way of my drive, which again makes me feel like a bit of a loser, because I've allowed that to happen. I've allowed people to essentially more or less manipulate me, you know. And the unfortunate part is, I just worry that things that have happened in the past, things I've been told about other creators, and things that I've been told have been said and stuff, I've never acted on them, but I've maybe pulled back a little bit from those people. And I'm now like, half of these people are the same people. So do they just go from creator to creator to creator, just trying to cause this? And, you know, I'm like, have I actually just been completely sucked into something? But anyway, again, another diversion, another tangent. So, long story short, I'm going to attempt to go back to the old me, doing more videos, good ones, bad ones, they are what they are. But now you guys know. So for all those people that kept asking, do you know why Hayzink left the Discord? Now you know. Now you know. It's a viper's den. There's a lot of self-serving people, and ultimately my biggest sin was standing up for the community, because standing up for the community is ultimately the thing that allegedly cost this support thing. And if people are angry at me for that, then again, in my head, I just see it as, what you're actually angry at me for is sticking up for the players. And I don't think that's right. I cannot rationalise that. And because of that, there is not a chance in hell I would ever attempt to mend a bridge that I never broke in the first place. So, anyway, don't try and speculate, because I would be willing to bet 99.9% of you would get it wrong. But now you know. Now you know the story. Now you know why. And hopefully I don't need to talk about this again. There. Happy days. Anyway, normal service should be resumed shortly. Okay? Although the next video I do, that might piss a few people off as well, but for a completely different reason. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. See you later. Bye bye.